Right, so yeah, I just thought of some fucking awesome. Oh, this fucking J-Mal smells, man. That's where I wore it. This LARPing live action roleplay thing. Smells bad, man. Doesn't smell like blood and death, but it does fucking smell. Anyway, I thought I'd show you my tattoo. Look how they fucked up. I asked for the white tree of Gondor, and they give me like this weird shaded tree, and there's no crown. Like, I guess I'm a Republican. I love the Queen in the UK, but I guess I'm a Republican overall. I don't believe in feudalism and all that. But in Lord of the Rings, I'm 100% not a Republican. And I've been back there, and they won't put the crown on there. Like, I can't even get my top out if I ever went to Comic Con, because I get chased by fucking anti-Aragorn, when I'm totally for Return of the King. Anyway, I was just thinking of some fucking awesome fights, right? Between some of the... Actually, I'd prefer to put my dressing gown, I think. If I was in a battle. Yeah, if I was in a battle. I'd have my hairy chest out. I'd have my big old hairy chest out. I'd wear a dressing gown, and I'd put this on too, just for neck comfort. Anyway, so I was thinking, who would win, right, out of Gandalf the Grey, right, on the back of... I was gonna say Shadowfax with wings, but that's like Pegasus. So I'll say on the back of, the eagle he put the dart of Gwaihir. So Gandalf's on the back of the big golden eagle, Gwaihir, and he is against... and he also has the he has Quenya, the ring of flame, the Elvish ring of flame, and he is fighting Daenerys with all three dragons as we've seen them in the books. Okay, so that's why I distinguish the books in the film, because in the book she's not in control of all of them. They're not all around. So she's got them all around, but they're not all stable. And also in the show, she is not fucking fireproof. If there was a crossfire hurricane, she'd get burnt to shit. So I would probably say in that fight, Gandalf's older, wiser. He's one of the mayors. He's kind of, I know Tolkien didn't like to say the words because it was an accidental allegory, but he's basically God. Targaryens just think they're gods. So I would say that Gandalf wins pretty easy. One, he took down a Balrog. Gandalf the White, it'd be easy. But one, yeah, he took down a fucking Balrog, which would defeat all of Daenerys' dragons. Balrogs were servants of fucking Morgoth, or Malkor. I quite like Malkor. And if he did die, he'd just come back as Gandalf the White. And if it hurt his feelings, he might come back as Gandalf the White, take the ring, and come back as Gandalf the fucking Black, riding like fucking Smog or something, who would completely ruin. Like the dragon from The Hobbit is super intelligent and will completely... Sorry, my fucking rabbit stood on my speakers and just started playing this weird like Christian metal. Anyway, you got to listen to Christopher Lee's heavy metal albums. Fucking awesome. I used to watch him over the Queen's speech every year. Look up Christopher Lee. The actor who played Saruman. Fucking awesome. Also, yeah, it's just... I'm not going to go off on a tangent. Anyway, right, so, yeah, I think that, to be honest with you, get away, Bertrand Russell, you cheeky little rabbit. No more Christian metal. Right, so I would probably say, since Gandalf the Grey took down a Balrog, I think he would fuck over Daenerys. And I know Tolkien doesn't really like to overthrow magic around, but I'm sure he has a few spells under his sleeve. So I'd say it's an easy win for Gandalf, as long as his love of the halflings weed has clearly not clouded his mind. But, Gandalf is wise, really. He was chosen as the leader of the White Council. Galadriel loved him. They were definitely... so yeah, I would say he would probably save a big old pipe smoke for after. I think Daenerys would lose control and it would be a complete fuck up. And the eagle is pretty much a god as well. So, and Gandalf would Gandalf would put a protective spell over the eagle. So yeah, I do realise how stupid it would have been with Shadowfax flying. That would have been ridiculous. Pegasus. Still though, pretty awesome. Second one. Alright, Beorn, the guy who turns into a bear from the Hobbit, against all of the Direwolves. All of them. Nah, fuck it. Beorn, man, he'd ripped the shit out of all of them. What he did in the Battle of the Five Armies, he should have got, a Medal of Honor, really, for that. You fucked up everyone. Man, he can turn into a huge fucking bear. But I'm not going to give that point to Lord of the Rings because the Direwolves are one with their masters. So we'll say all of the Direwolves with their masters at peak. I wouldn't say masters, friends, compadres, comrades at their peak that we've seen. So I'm not talking about I'm talking about Sansa when she was a kid, when Lady was last alive. Trying to chase Nymeria, but just pretend I was on the back of Nymeria, Jon and Ghost, and Robb when he was, with fucking Grey when they were a force. And when Summer died, actually no, this is the show getting in my head again. Summer isn't dead. They just couldn't afford the fucking CGI. They'd rather spend it on ice dragons, Hollywood. So no, Summer with Bran, but we haven't seen Bran as, the next, dude, So I'm gonna say, be a good fight. I paid to watch that shit, man. That should be in a Coliseum, but I'm gonna give that to the Direwolves. Unless Beorn, he just decides to turn into a human. Like, hey, what are you doing, man? You must have been tripping, man. Too much fucking milk with a poppy. But no, yeah, I'm gonna give that one to Song of Ice and Fire. Next fight. Right. All of the whites, all of them that we know of in the books. So we know they're only really immune to fire. We know that not immune to fire, but they're immune to steel and iron and whatnot. So the whites against King Alessio Aragorn's army of the undead. They can't really die. Always confused me why he didn't just sleep. They got sunbeds, have some popcorn, and just let them take out Mordor. Since they can't die, and whites can die from fire, and Aragorn has Flame of the West. It's a bit of a tricky one, but these men were the same fighters that they used to be. They were just cowards. They were still great fighters. So I'm going to give it to Aragorn, because he leads them too. He does lead them. Don't even mention the Night King. He's just a made up, scary, ugly looking character. That's one thing I don't like about the show. George R. Martin makes it clear that the others, not even called the White Walkers in the show, they're called in the show they're called the White Walkers, in the books called the Others. It's supposed to be beautiful, reflective skin. We don't really know anything about them in the books. None of the Children of Forest thing, none of that's been confirmed. So I'm going to say, but yeah, Aragorn would win that. Or his army of the undead were dead. The whites would get fucked. He's used the Flame of the West. Right. Let's go for a stupid kind of one where we don't really care who wins or loses. The Mountain, as the Mountain, not Robert Strong. We don't really know enough of him from the books yet. So the Mountain, the one who fucking lost to Oberyn on skill and won because of Oberyn's arrogance and lust for revenge. But Oberyn bossed him, mate. So I'm going to say that Oberyn couldn't take on the Mountain. He could, but they both die. and the mountain troll will get poisoned. So I'm going to say that the mountain's armor would be useless against the mountain troll. Aragorn got stomped by a mountain troll nearly at the end. So I'm going to say the mountain troll wins. But I am going to say the hound would fuck over a mountain troll as the hound would fuck over the mountain. You know, you've always known. So yeah, I'm going to give that one to... Originally was going to give it to LOTR, but I'm going to give it to A Song of Ice and Fire because the hound's just spectacular. He is just spectacular character. Right, next one. Right, this one is quite relevant because, you know, George R. R. Martin actually spoke about this. Who would win between Aragorn and Jaime Lannister? And he said fucking Jaime Lannister. Right, we haven't really read enough, we've just heard stories. Jaime was awesome, but Aragorn's fucking... He's got the blood of the Númenóreans, the people who were going to take on the gods if it wasn't for his intervention. He stayed with the good ones, and with the good guys, and didn't get sunk with you know, when Sauron got defeated the first time. So I'm going to say that, you know, with his elvish blood, with his years of history and years of fighting, his height, his sword, you know, Flame of the West shits all over Valyrian Sea. It's steel, I'm sorry, but it does. You know, it took Sauron's fucking finger off, mate. So I'm going to say that George R. R. Martin made a big mistake when he said that Aragorn... Why even compare Aragorn and fucking Jaime Lannister, man? It's ridiculous. I understand Jaime Lannister is superb, and the reason, like, it does break my heart, you know, when he got his arm taken off, is because we never really get to see him truly fight. But I'm going to give that to Aragorn. If you disagree with that, then fucking bring it. Come on, write it on the comments, tell me why. What George R. R. Martin should have said was Aragorn versus the Sword of the Morning. You know, he's got a fucking sword that came from space, motherfucker. So I'm going to probably say that would be a good fight, man. Especially if he was protecting Rhaegar. So... And, like, not everyone gets Dawn, you know. Not everyone gets that. You have to be worthy of it. That's why Darkstar, who George R. R. Martin actually got the name from Grateful Dead song. Same with Direwolves. Same with, like, listen to Grateful Dead. Ripple. Ripple inspired him. Said it was his biggest influence on Song of Ice and Fire. Listen to Ripple. Ripple by Grateful Dead. Awesome song. Anyhow. So yeah, I would say that be a good fight. Good fight. They both got a lot of experience. I'd say without Flame of the West, Sword of the Morning would win. With Flame of the West, I think it does give Aragorn that super edge too. It's not just the sword. I'm gonna actually call that stalemate. Call that one a fucking stalemate. Right. Think about kind of actual... Right, fun. I know that George R. R. Martin was a chess grandmaster. I think his reign was in 1905, and that was in like January 1990. I know that Tolkien played a shitload of chess too. I think he was a grandmaster, but he wasn't, you know, he didn't speak about it as much. So, I'm probably going to say George R. R. Martin just based on what we know. Tolkien was probably dreaming of another world. But if they were playing backgammon, which is the wise man's chess, you know, it really is the wise man's chess. Backgammon, one of the eighth, ninth rules which Epicurus should play in the garden, is very different to the regular backgammon, and I'm sure Tolkien would have known how to play it. Not discrediting George R. R. Martin's extensive knowledge of history, but he does fuck up quite a few times in his, you know, the wall wasn't supposed to be that big. You know, he's a bit... Tolkien was perfect on everything. So I would say that chess, I'll give to George R. R. Martin. Backgammon, I'll give to Tolkien. Some weird Celtic or Icelandic or Asian Viking game, Tolkien. But yeah, I think that George R. R. Martin might even have a strop, or he might not ever finish the game. At least Tolkien probably finish it. George R. R. Martin would just be sitting there and never finishing it. So, you know, I say that one goes to Tolkien. Because backgammon, I'm half Cypriot, you know, so I prefer the game backgammon. It's the oldest board game ever. Rumor has it, well, I study ancient history, but rumor has it Pythagoras actually took it to India, and that's where chess came around, when it was elephants instead of knights and whatnot. But, you know, that could just be a Western kind of, you know. So I don't really know the truth on that. These are some for you to think about. And if you disagree with any of mine, come on, write it in. If you win and you've got a good reason, then I'll send you this chainmail cleaned. If you really win, I'll cut this thing off my back and send it you. And it's like I know Alfie Allen, who plays Theon. I'll try and get him to get a hold of Ramsey, even though he might be a bit shy, and I'll get him to flame me and I'll send it to you. But right, these are ones for you to think about, right? I'm gonna say the Dothraki charging uphill against Rohan, as we've heard about them as the great Rohan, the truly fantastic Rohan. The Dothraki, you know, we don't know much about their defense. It's not like they had. I know they're based on Genghis Khan and the Mongols, but we don't know about their silk arrows and the history of. I think Rohan charging downhill. They've got much more formation. They've you know. I think that if his numbers were equal, they fought orcs. They're not scared of the Dothraki. I would give that to Rohan personally. Downhill arrows. I don't know. That's all really is a tiebreaker for me. But uphill Dothraki, you know, just splash a little bit of water on them. And it depends, you know, they might just bicker in between each other. So I give that to Rohan. Last one. Right, this is a good one. The Unsullied versus. Right. Daenerys is unsullied and has how loyal they are to her, protecting her against all of Saruman's Uruk-hai. I'd give that an easy win to the Unsullied. Easy. They have formation. Easy win. Fucking easy win. The Unsullied, I think, you know, how they held off the Dothraki, I think the Unsullied would ruin your Uruk-hai. Yeah. Even if Saruman was involved. Fuck it, you know, the Unsullied are mad. Yeah, so, yeah. That's my own personal little thoughts on it. If you can think of any, then do let me know. If you disagree with me at all, write it down. If you agree with me, write it down. But yeah, there'll be prizes if enough people like your comment against mine. I'm gonna try and think of one, last for you guys to think of that I won't answer. And that is, who's better in bed? Samwell, and we know he's a bit horny. If you read the books, we know he's a little bit dirty, like, you know what he did on the boat. So we know he's a little bit of a. Who's better in bed, Samwell or Gimli? Especially when dwarf women just can have holes in the ground. But they don't, you know. I do admire the Lord of the Rings films. It was very close to everything, apart from the exclusion of Tom Bombadil, which I'll be probably covering in one of my next few videos, just because he's awesome, which is what really excites me about the new series. Imagine like Brian Blessed as Tom Bombadil. Be great. So yeah, question for you to think about is, who's better at bed, Samwell or Samwise? You know, Samwise did pull. She was unbelievable, and he had to leave her because he was a ring bearer. Like, I'm sure they could have let him stay at home. He didn't have to split his wife up. You know, it was a bit out of order. completely out of order. So yeah, who do you think's better in bed, Samwise or Samwell? And yeah, let me know in the comments. I need to get this chainmail off. Right. So yeah, subscribe, have a look at some other channels, comment on here, let me know what you think. Yeah, take it easy.